sale going on X. Yeah, I check it. Not good. Direction. Live. Not.
Scope and list of the scopes that I can probably find and show you. Access scope, this is the list of all the scope. In here, search for meta object, and for this one I also need access to read meta object definition, write meta object, something like this. So this is what I need to do. I should come here, put these new scopes, let's put the read and also write meta object. Let's see if this is okay, not duplicated. Now if I save the changes, the scope are updated. In development it's not going to give you any error, but if you refresh the page it should be good and it should show you the desktop. This is everything we have. The design is not the best, but again, you can customize the design, you can bring all the changes. The functionality is working as expected. The first thing that we have to check is the recommendation. This is product recommendation that it shows here that you can select specifically. As mentioned in the previous video, we also use the search and discovery app for recommendation. That is the API, and it is displaying the product properly in the product page. Now the code that it has written, let me show you what most of the codes are. Firstly, this is the extension that it has created. One is product recommendation. Extensions are basically a way to extend the theme functionality. Either it is checkout or theme functionality. One is checkout recommendation, one is this product recommendation. Let's see. So refresh the best, but as expected. Again, you can customize.
He's showing me review how to use that.
As the design, you have to check is the as mentioned in the previous recommendation, that is the product page. Now this is the extension that it has created. One is product recommendation. Extensions are basically checkout or theme functionality. One is checkout recommendation, one is block section script. This is the file that I have. This is the schema. One is checkout recommendation, one is this product recommendation, which display on the product page. If I open the block section, this is the file that I have.
Upload Gemini version 5 app. Okay. Go to apps components first. Why this user you have routes to extension card transfer function generated. Okay. Checkout. There's no migration. Model C. This everything is fine actually.
This is the schema. It has a CSS and also a JavaScript, some variables in here, and it will load the product in here. If I check the JavaScript, these are basic JavaScript stuff. I don't think I have to explain this, but this is how AI is writing the code. It is good, it is not bad, but if I would write code like this, it would be probably half of this. It is like you can see it creating the button and this add to cart button, very old style. Everything is written in JavaScript. Now instead of this, we could use a web component or create a custom web component. That's also an option. Or we could use another like library like Alpine.js or any other lightweight libraries, so we don't have to go through HTML plus this one plus this one plus that one. Instead, we use another like library like Alpine.js or any other lightweight libraries, so we don't have to go through HTML plus this one plus this one plus that one. Instead, we can just render it on a template level. That would make your life a lot easier, but honestly, this code is running only on pure JavaScript and you don't have to add an external library. That's the good part, but again, in the future, none of us is going to write a lot of this code, and we just ask you AI to write this, to modify it, to bring the changes, so you don't have to worry about that. This is the PDP recommendation, and under the local you have all the translation files. Sometimes you can have multiple translation files, so your app can work on different languages. Now this extension that you see in here is displaying on the product page, and this is the code. Now again, I will go back because some of you guys might not watch the previous video. If I go to the product page, I can show you where that is. Let's go to one of these products. You may also like, this is where it is loading the product. Probably you can see we added that in the previous video. If I preview this, it should give me the product, but if there is any error, you might see it might be related to the proxy, because it is sending requests to the API. Again, these API requests are protected because we are using proxy. I might record another video about proxy, but I think I do have another one in the old videos for Shopify app development about proxy and how it works. So please the product, but if there is any error, you might see it might be related to the proxy because it is sending requests to the API. Again, these API requests are protected because we are using proxy. I might record another video about proxy, but I think I do have another one in the old videos for Shopify app development about proxy and how it works. So please watch that. For now, it is not working because I removed the proxy from in here. That's why it is not working, but I can fix that in the next video. This is how it works in here. The other extension that it created, it is
Let me check. What the hell? Build fast. Run any code person. Rising. No, no, wait. Deploy to hosting service. Which Shopify recommends. Render, I don't know this. Hmm. Shopify API key, secret. URL host.
checkout UI extension. You can see if you open the Shopify app.taml, in here it shows you where it is going to display this. It is on the checkout.
LOL polling and close. Overview 3. For the key, manager keys. Secret key. Let's start blank. Let's make a search. I need demand. description. Let's open the description. There's unusual demand for this product. Okay, unusual. Search. Let's make try each product this time. Let's go 10 and that's this is automatically applied. Uh, we should be able to select the product as well. Let's try zip code as well. Let's go United States. Let's remove Arizona. Wow. Wow. This is super. Ah, let's go. Quickly match again. Let's go. Leave blank to sleep. Let's try this. $1,000 and postal code. Texas. Let's go 7330. Okay. This will only apply to 73301 and this $1,000 and $10 search fee, and it will apply to each product. So if there are two products, it will get 10 plus 10. Let's see if my app can do this. Thank you, Anisha. Hmm. Is it that preview? Let's go. This United States address Texas. Let's go Texas. It's equaling to 73301 standard. Hmm. Demand. I didn't see no demand. Okay, wait. It's 949. That's why. We need $1,000. Let's go this. Let's go to checkout. Let's check out. Let's go to catalog. Let's go to 5. Now I go there. Now I go there. Here, Texas. And I make it set. Still no demand. Hmm. Two, one. Two, Almost separate. Let's go. The zip and postal code is too much. No. Reload, reload, reload. Still not. Oh, it worked. I was charging on both. Wait. Maybe, maybe. Wait. 79231. Even activate. I'll have to remove this last one. Get it. Oh, wait. I do this. Ooh, it's working. You see this, guys? Now let's go. I go COD. It will add cash on delivery charge, and then I will go add carbon offset. It will add carbon charge, and if let's say I go to Canada, uh, demand fee will get removed, and I go to like say Toronto, whatever this is, it will add import tariff. Import tariff are added on both the products. Here both the products as well, and here both the products as well. But let's wait. I need cart, bro. Let's go in each product. That's actually stupid. Think about it. It's a bug. I'll fix it. That I will fix later. I can just make a video or anything and add all the programs. Mhm. So these are mentioned. We applied R nine. The second issue is this. First one, second. Postal is working. I want to show carbon offset. Check of nothing. Info, information tab only. Is information to COD charge near cash on delivery payment button, right? And for tariff new country select near shipping information as well. So that's where it makes no sense. Okay, now I've tried basically everything, right? CODP, add a option, add an option to merchant, add question icons, and another thing is this. I want to check this. I want to check this. Basically, I've got the whole app. Add an option for merchant to add custom, and these products we are making should not be visible in the online store. Maybe make them unlisted or find a better option. Hmm. United States. Inside country selector when I still try choose a state. It just what I just select a button. Ooh, wow, this are the bugs that I have found that we need to fix. Yeah, just mm, yes, which okay. Mm, 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 close, close. Mm, mm,
Checkout block render. This is the target that it will display, and these are all the setting for this. Looks good. Let's see if this is displaying in the checkout or not. To access the checkout, you can come and the theme editor. You can click checkout and customer account. If you have access to the checkout customization in here, you should be able to add a block. Now let's add a block, and let's just put it under this block in here. These are the apps that I already have, but you can see easy product recommendation. It has the checkout extension and it will display it right over here. For now it may not show anything. You may also like show the price true, and the number of product will just say okay, let's render 3 product. Again, this one is checkout extension. If I go to checkout, this
studio. Wow, dude, I only got like 5,000 impressions. Hmm, that sucks. Maybe it's 41, 40.
let's see if this is working or not. Let's check out. Okay, this is not loading, but if you open the console, you should see the error that why this extension is not probably working. It is probably because of the proxy, which again I modify and it is not working. This is something that I will fix in the next video, and this is how you can see just using a simple prompt, Shopify created the entire app. And I can go through every other file that it generated in here, but I think you guys understand most of the things. But again, these are just the basic idea of how you can just write the prompt, and this is where it add all the code. I hope this video has been informative. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.
Hmm.
Hey there, before we deploy our app, I want to show you something that you might find difficult to work with. Whenever you are working with the proxy and webhooks, it is not going to work in a local URL. So in the previous video, I showed you guys I was running the app on local, then I noticed, oh, it is not going to work because Shopify also show you a warning in the console that if you're using the use localhost flag, then proxy and also webhooks are not going to work. And that's why the recommendation in here was not displaying. If you face the same problem, all you need to do is add your proxy, make it like an example, something like this, example.com, but for development, let's just put example.com, because for development, Shopify is not going to use that. Shopify will dynamically use the URL that is generated from the Cloudflare. So this is all you need to do. Whenever you are running the app, all you need to do is just run it without passing the localhost. In here, again, I will just go with the demo account, connect it to my app, and then from here let's select our store. Once you do that, then the recommendation will display, and the same thing will be for the checkout. And that is the only thing that you need to note if you want to work with this. And one of the reasons you have to use proxy is because proxy will make sure the data is protected. For example, only this store from here can send the request to that URL and then get some product recommendation. Now, anyone that is sending those requests from outside will not be validated. Something you need to know about proxy is it is important because I have seen this, and I know like a lot of people, if you do not have any experience, you might find it difficult. Sometimes it is not working. Let me show you what I mean. In the database, you have this dev.sqlite. This is your local database that you have, and this is storing my like local data that I have development store. In production, when we deploy our app, we may not need this. So for example, if I deploy this in render.com or fly.io, they will automatically delete this on every deployment. If it delete this development file on deployment, then I don't have access to this, which means then this you have. Let me show you what I mean. In the database, you have this dev.sqlite. This is your local database that you have, and this is storing my
And they have the SQLite. Where are you? I have Docker file. I don't think I have dev.sqlite.
like local data that I have developed
Okay, it's inside Prisma.
store. In production, when we deploy our app, we may not need this. So for example, if I deploy this in render.com or fly.io, they will automatically delete this on every deployment. If it delete this development file on deployment, then I don't have access to this, which means the next like person who want to visit my store, they will not see the recommendation until I open the app in the admin. When I open the app in the admin, it is going to create the session. So here is how a proxy works. Whenever someone visits this store, it is going to send a request to a proxy URL, and the proxy is going to validate that request. Is this valid? Do we have this store installed in? Do we have this store installed our app? And is this having a session in our database? When that is valid, then it is going to return the data. That's why it is important for you to note that whenever you deploy, you make sure you have a database with the session. So if the session is gone, then the app proxy will not work and it is not going to return the data because it is not valid anymore. When I deploy my app to fly.io or render.com, I'm not going to worry about the database, but this is something that you have to note, that it is important that you have a session of the table. In the past, most of my apps did not have any proxy. That's why I didn't care. I didn't care about the database at all. But if you have a database, make sure you know that. And if you use the proxy, make sure you have the session somewhere that it is never deleted. If you delete that, then that store cannot access until they open your app admin and refreshes, because this one automatically create the session. I hope this video has been informative. Thank you for watching, and in the next video,
Let's try.
hey there, welcome to another video. In this video, I'll show you how you can deploy your Shopify app to one of the hosting provider that Shopify recommend. So let's start. If you go to the Shopify documentation under the apps, in here you'll see the top tabs, which is the build, design, and launch. In the design, I always recommend people to read this when you are building your app. Make sure you read the design and
Wait. Build your first app. Okay, fine. Yeah. App structure. Shopify admin. Admin human extension. Purpose, onboarding, guidance, marketing, forms. Hmm. Use nouns as a word. Okay. Okay.
and how you design your app, because that is the quality of the design that will make your app stand out. For example, Shopify like explain a lot in here. How do you put spacing? How do you use color? How do you use like app icon and stuff like that? It is very comprehensive documentation on how you design your app. Very important. Under the launch, you have a few options. Checklist, which is a checklist that you have to check before you go live. I will review this one. Pricing strategy, how you price your app, and also deployment. I will start from the middle because it is also important to deploy your app before you go live. So under the deployment, you come here and then you will read. In the general requirements, this is important. If this is the first time, I always recommend you to go through this. For example, this app requirements, go through this, all of them. For the first time, this is very important for you to understand if your app involved with the post-purchase function. Very important. App requirements, go through this, all of them. For the
Okay, launch. Thank you, Atmik. What do you mean to launch? Launch million largest app shop commerce. Yeah, blah blah. Privacy requirement. I really like. No, I don't have to do any billing API. Thing. Merchant. Intend to pay for app. Free driver. Shopify. Powered. Okay. Select plan. Yeah. I want to learn this because I have not made any connection. Redirect to the plan selection. A common pattern is to redirect. However, because Amida are rendered in Shopify administration, they don't have permission to manipulate Shopify React router plans requirement. Check the status check. Test plan. check manual files. Mm-hmm. Send message process. Let's see manual files. Trigger create charge verify charge. I'm sure Shopify will soon remove this. Soon remove this complex price model. Okay, let's see deployment. You decide how to do the way to distribute it depend on the purpose. You can't change this method after you select it. Public distribution. Choose public. Hmm. Support for App Store. When you're ready to, you need to select. Okay, make sure you apply for your reduce. Apply for our reduced. Then you should to pay only 50% on all reduced for pay 0% on the cost. Okay. Okay. That category and so. Search it. Hmm. High relevance. Yeah. Deployment. Yeah. Deployment to hosting service. What's this Google Cloud? Huh?
For the first time, this is very important for you to understand if your app involved with the post-purchase functionality, how it should be, app listing, app performance, installation setup, stuff like that. This is very should be app listing, app performance, installation setup, stuff like that. This is very important for you to understand these things. Since this is not the first time for me, I will go straight to what I need. Deployment. From here, if you scroll down, Shopify recommend like 3 options in here. Google Cloud one, I have not used this. I don't know how it works. Flow.io and Render is the one that I mostly go to. Flow is probably the easiest one. If you click on this, it will take you to
A for deployment. Hmm. I'll go fly.io. Fine. Rebel Alliance headquarters. There's a good chance we are about to freak you out. Get. What is this? What is this? Need this. Let's just wait. Get. What is this? Hello. What is this? AI attacks. Thank you for following me.
To a dedicated page for Shopify. You can see it's very simple. The name is simple and everything is looks simple. If you scroll down, it is as easy as this. First, you install it with Brew. I already installed this. It is like Shopify CLI, but it will let you run fly launch, fly deploy command directly in your terminal. Here,
Oh, wait. Shopify. Wait. Deploy to Shopify. Scroll, let's see. I don't see any command here. Terminal. Brew install fly CTL. Hmm.
Here is the app that I have. I already navigated to this directory. In here, you will run the same command of fly launch. So let's run this and see how it goes. If this is the first time, it will ask you a few questions, which like, do you want to use the configuration? I will say yes. Let's do that, and it's going to create the directory for me, the file that I need, and also it will ask you for some further information.
Which which
Information. It will prompt you for some of the basic configuration for the server. For example, where do you want the server, the origin of the server? For me, it is Sydney, Australia. This is the closest to me, and rest of the thing is just leave it as it is, except you just check the accept term and services, and then you just confirm the setting. It is going to confirm that directly in your terminal. You may see some error. Again, it is going to say, okay, I already have a fly deploy. Do you want to override this? Yes, let's override this. Now you might see some error, but I'm not going to cut the video. I'm going to show you how you can fix those errors.
okay. Let's go to VS Code. Then the container tool for the deployment install. Okay, now let me go to new terminal. Fly launch. Let's launch it. You must be logged into this. Would you like to sign in? Yeah. Yeah, bro, sign me in. Let me make a new account. Let's just sign in with GitHub. Oh, oh, oh. Save it to one password. Save item. Slide or tiger. Save. Save. Get colonial. Hello world. Go to it. Go to the world. Just be before you can start deploying. detected. One in this has no payment. Wait, let me add it. Confirming. To keep using your real beating your word. Ah, no. Where are Fly launch. Detecting the source code. Very nice. Organization. Flag on default to personal or I want to change the organization. Google or and there I can change the count organizations. Krishna Vector. Can I change the organization name? Krishna. Yeah, nice. I want to name me Shorten. Whatever did I get $5 worth of token in activity Grafana, whatever the hell. So scratch status usage. So to billing. I should get $5. Wait, I think I got the money back. Just I wanted to check. Hmm. I got it back. So that's good. Hmm. Now let's see. You want to tweak? I want to tweak. Check what this.
That okay, I'm not going to write this. Yes, let's override this. Now you might see some already directly in your terminal. So the thing is just leave it as it is. Directly for me, the file.
Okay, I want to tweak them. App name is organization. Personal. Hyundai India. Yes. Should I select the region where my customer will be? Provider. um,
File that I need, and also it will ask you for some further information. It will prompt you for some of the basic configuration
ah, let's go. Pilot IO launch complete. Now it's saying admin URL. This host name is this. Satisfy secret email. To proceed, you must agree to the and privacy policy. Do you agree? Yeah, I agree.
for the South Australia. This is the closest to me, and rest of the thing is just leave it as it is, except you just check the accept term and services, and then you just confirm the setting. It is going to confirm that directly in your terminal. You may see some error. Again, it is going to say, okay, I already have a fly deploy. Do you want to override this? Yes, let's override this.
Yes.
Now you might see some error, but I'm not going to cut the video. I'm going to
Let's say yes. Oh, make it quick. Get big, bro. The hell? Or just saying setting the flying surcharge AWS region installing npm install. It's doing PMI.
going to show you how you can fix those errors. It is not that okay, I fix this behind the scene and later you see some error and you don't know how to fix that. You can see these are all the commands that Shopify is running to deploy the app. This is a development app and I'm just waiting for this to see how it goes. I probably get the error, but now this is the build time and everything looks good so far. You can also check what is happening here. Okay, for example, Shopify app deploy first is going to force the configuration that you have, which means next time you don't have to deploy your app in the Shopify and then deploy your app to fly.io, because
Oh.
the first time Shopify will do that for you. It will execute this Shopify app deploy command, which is already in the Docker file. Okay, it skipped the
Building image. I think I won't see any. Fly terminal. Uh, I'm like more interested in learning all this, like all the deployment, and like, once I'm on the deployment, I think, I will build Shopify apps very fast. I'm worried about how I'm going to update it, but I think waiting for cheaper builder. Once something become reality, like once I've uploaded the app, even though like I know it's not going to work out since it's very basic app and maybe it's not solving that big of a problem, and there are already many competitors. But I have learned how to like deploy it, how to like get the review done, how to do the listing, and how to make the changes and update. Once all that like shitty thing done, it's very like it get easier. But so like I can like spend month in building it, but like I think it's like once I install it and then I make variation like updates on daily basis, that's better. Building image done. What's your deployment address? Providing IPs for the dedicated IP page share. So that doctor, no machine in the group app, launch a new machine was created. Pulling container, we preparing. Wow, we have deployed. I can't believe it. A single person came to.
The Docker file, there is a setup. Okay, these are all the things that we need. For now, everything looks good, but I do have an error in here. Now, the error is from CommonJS resolver server only module referenced by client. This is an issue I previously had, but let me see how I can fix this using AI. I just copy this, the same thing. You can see if there's an error, it is going to fail. I'm going to again copy this code and I'll go back to my code editor. In here, I will just create a new chat, and this is what I normally do.
Compound. Wait, what the hell is this? Warning: the app is not listing on the expected address may not be reachable by configuring to listen to the following address. Okay, machine nature. Is it? Just one minute. Constant code.
In the plan mode, I can say I am deploying my app to fly that.
Just made me URL. I think I just need to check the refresh URL and change the proxy. Just hell is going on. Maybe like going to this. Maybe start giving here notes. Yeah, yeah. 9 notes. You can have instead of using this needs to make sure listening on 0.03. Make sure it's only not listening. Okay, I got it. I need to change the. Where is that? Port. Port. Atom. Don't. Zero port. Don't listen the port. This was so weird.
IO for the first time getting this error.
And total document. Mm, yes.
That's it. The stand it is going to fix my.
Mercy there. Mercy. We. Check. This is what it will take. And do that. in the shop. Thank you, bro. Thank you. Thank you for following. Wow. In the shop. See.
My component. It's probably going to take a while to fix that, but it is the issue is the issue is clear because you're using loader and action in the store. Like this is the component we use in the storefront, but we also use action and loader. Let's see how it is going to fix that for me. Now that I understand the problem, it's going to fix that. I'll just wait for this. Most of the time, just accept whatever it does, and it should not be like a big change. It's going to fix this server only module for me. Yes, auto act.
I want to add like a limit. I'm billing cost for manage. Wait for organization. Payment method information. Manage organization. Let's keep. I think let's keep. What, 2 apps? I only have 1 app. Oh.
To accept that. Now let's see how it goes. That looks good. Everything is okay. Let's just say yes, allow for this project. By the way, whenever like those options come, like I think yes, it is going to add a configuration to your file. Next time it will not ask for this one, but yes above mean only run for this this time. And this most of the time, I think 95% of the time, I say yes and I don't read whatever it is asking for permission. And there is an update that is coming probably soon in the cloud code that will allow you to skip all of this permission, and you can still like run it dangerously, but this new command is by default and you can skip every permission that you need in here. So it is working as expected. Now I just wait a few more minutes for this to cook in and finish the task. All right, it is done. Now I don't get any error. It is just configuration, but it is always good that you test that the app is still running and everything is functional. So yeah, this is app URL. You know where to update this setting. We discussed this previously, but it's functional. So, but it is always good that you test that the app is still.
Wait. Just wait. Just checking. Localhost. What's it going to localhost?
Don't get any. Finish the task. All right, it is done. Now I don't get any error. It is just configuration, but it is always good that you test that the app is still running and everything is functional. So yeah, this is.
I mean, this one for like this is okay. That's not a problem. I know it's going to be a problem, but thing that can be a problem.
This is app URL. You know where to update this setting. We discussed this previously, but that's okay. And now let's redeploy our app. By the way, if you run the same command again, it is going to rebuild the app and it's going to again ask for all the configuration. Instead, since we don't need to do that, we just do fly deploy. For the coming like deployments, this is all you need to do. Fly deploy, it is going to deploy your app, and that's all you need to do. No other configuration is required for now. Let's see how it goes. Once it deploy, your app should be available under the dashboard. For now, you can see I do have one app which is on pending. There is no suspend. These are the other two test apps which I have for my testing environment. Now this is building. Okay, looks good, no error. Okay, step 7 of 7, this was the one that was giving me an error this time. No problem, which is good, and that's the progress. It's taking a while, but that's okay. It like takes some time to deploy. It is much faster than fly.io, render.io, because in render, when I deploy my app, sometimes it takes like 5 minutes to deploy, which is a lot of like a long time.
Yeah.
I don't know why it does that, but yeah, for now everything looks good. The machine is created. Okay, looks like okay, no machine on the app group, that's okay. By the way, sometimes your app will go in the suspend mode. That is something that you have to note. If anything goes wrong with your app, it will go in the suspend mode. That is something that you have to note. If anything goes wrong with your app, it will go in the suspend. It is not that your app is suspended, it's because there is an error and deployment was not successful.
Okay,
that's why it will go in the suspension mode. So for now it looks good, and this is the URL that fly.io provided to me. Because it is the second or third time I deployed this, it has generated this random URL for me. But if you have a better naming for this one, it is always like a unique name for that. So that's okay. If I open this, I trust this URL, and this is my app, and this is up and running.
Why did you get this? Why? Open. Check the links. So let me see this information to negative server can be address. I'm gonna check what this is going to. Mm, something, um, Google search. Going to seven. Really, it doesn't show them.
Running. Now all I have to do is I just copy this and put them in my configuration. In the next deploy, my app will be live and everyone can install this, and even. Hey there, welcome to another video. In this video, I'll talk about some of the part where you deploy your app in fly.io. You might get some error, but I will show you how you can fix this and what are the things that is happening. It will be a quick video, but it will help you a lot. Because we deploy most of the app on fly.io, we get a lot of error during deployment. Sometimes you don't know what to do, like what are the suspension means and how you can resolve this. In the previous video, we successfully deploy our app in fly.io.
Oh, it changed it automatically. That's good. Redirect URL also changed. Fly. Search I is amazing. I didn't have to change a lot. Readme. This is the notes that I added. Load notes. Quality. Okay. And packagization. Fly that I added on the dependencies. Okay. But this. Like stream environment. I don't know what the hell it is. It's the email that I added from inside. Okay. See. Okay, Shopify API key. Let's say I need to add some scope for that. 3000 TV setup. Okay. Fly. Comment. Comment.
No problem at all. But during recording these videos, I noticed some problems. I tried to fix them while I was recording the video, but then it was getting worse. So I'm going to share some of my experience. Here's the first thing that you need to know. When you deploy your app, you might see something like this. You can ignore this one. It is completely okay because the app is deployed successfully. That is the first time that's happening. This is the URL that will be created for your app, and it is looking nice. Easy product recommendation.fly.diff, which is great. But if you redeploy your app, it is going to create another version of this. Since this is taken, it is going to add some unique name at the end, a random like number at the end of this URL, and it will look different. Now, it might happen for you that the first time you deploy it may not work, and the second time when you deploy it will generate a new URL. If that happens, all you have to do is just delete your app.toml file from here, and also your app from fly.io again. If you scroll down, delete the app, and then you launch the app again using the fly launch. Now fly launch should be run for the first time that you launch your app. Moving forward, when I bring any changes, every change that I bring, it is going to be fly.deploy. Then it is going to deploy my changes. So that's all you need to do. When I run the fly launch, what it does, it is going to create this fly.toml file and also update my Shopify app.toml. Now I can show you the changes that it did. Previously the URL was like this, or the URL is a Cloudflare URL which we used to test. Now it is the new URL in here, application URL, and it also removed this include configuration on deploy. Sometimes it moved it down, but you can see it also updated the auth URL redirects. Everything looks good. The fly.toml, this is all the configuration. By the way, I'm going to delete this app when I finish recording the video, so these are like sensitive information, but that's okay. If I remove this, nothing will happen to the app. Delete this app when I finish recording the video, so these are like sensitive information, but that's okay. If I remove this, nothing will happen to the app. So I trust people who watch this video while I'm recording this series, but that's okay, and nothing is going to happen. And these are all the basic configuration when you deploy. That's just another thing. Sometimes when you redeploy, you might come to the dashboard and see the status as suspended, something like this. If this is happening for your app, remember that your app, like there is a configuration that you missed, that's why you're getting this error. Clicking on the suspend, sometimes it will take you to the page where it says like what is going on. But here's the thing, you can also come to the dashboard in here, and it will show you what is going on.
Is showing suspended. Why?
But here's the thing, you can also come to the dashboard in here, and it will show you what is going on. You can see one of my app is suspended, two of them is working fine, and when the suspension happens, it is normally because there is something wrong with your app. All you have to do is just redeploy your app and to fix those issues. Now it says that okay, my app is running as expected, and this is the URL that I can open. Now let's open this URL. If it is suspended, then this URL should not open. It might give me some error, something like this. That unexpected error happened, but yeah, this is what happened to my app. Sometimes you can see the restart button is in here, and it is available. All you can do is you can just restart your app. Let's just roll it, confirm that you can restart the machine. Let's see if this one is fixing the problem. But other than that, you should always check your log, and the log is the best place to find out what the app is doing. For now, if I refresh this, let's see if the status is still suspended. But I can go to my logs and activity, and let's go to activity first, and this is what happened. Okay, this is 10 minutes ago that I deployed this, and let's go to the log and error and see what is going on in here. Okay, the machine is running, everything is looking good. Sometimes you can also see the machine that is running in here, and then you can just open the console directly from here. These are the places that you can look. Okay, you can see, okay, it is refusing connect to this URL, and make sure that it only listens to the URL that you have. Now you can just copy this and paste it to your AI tool, and then it's going to show you what are the recommendations. But the good thing about fly.io is it also gives you this fly doctor, which gives you a clean example.
Fly doctor, fly doctor. Where are you, fly doctor? Yeah, where are you? Machine, your machine frequently which machine code. Click on the logs of previous tab. Something over okay.
Example or clean details of what is going on in your app. All you have to do is just copy this to your AI tool like or ChatGPT or Claude just explain that my app is giving this error, like proxy is not finding. It is because my app does not have any proxy configuration in the Shopify.taml. That is the reason, and it is giving me an error. I can fix this, but for now, that is all you need to know, that the Fly Daughter is the best place to come and check what is going on. Here, in this video, I'll show you how you can manage the production and a development app for your Shopify app. So when you build your app, there is a version which you normally work on building a feature, and another version which is live and everyone is using. How do you manage both of them? Because you don't work on a live app. If you do that, like a lot of your existing customer will be impacted in case something goes wrong. Like it always goes wrong, but yeah, how do you manage one app in development and production? This is the best practice that I always do, and I'm going to show you how you can do that. Then we will move on to how we are going to go in the Shopify app listing and some of the settings that you have to note about that. After a few attempts, I finally fixed the issues and the status is deployed now. After like asking Claude what is going on and why it's not working. One of the things I hate about like Fly.io is this, that it shows you suspended and the errors are not clear. When you deploy, it does not show you the deployment status. It is quick, but it is not showing you the deployment status. The errors are weak. That's why I don't like this. Most of my apps are deployed in render.com, which I have a separate video. They have a clean documentation on how to do that. I have a separate video on the channel. You can watch that. But yeah, this is what Shopify recommend, and this is how it goes. Everything is looking good. Now you can see if I open this URL and it is working fine, and this is where I can install my app. By the way, this page you can design this in your React Router app. There is nothing in here, and most of the apps are like this. But if you design this nicely, it is very good for SEO purposes also. That's okay for now. We don't want to touch this one, and let's go back to our code. And what change did I bring? I did not commit the changes, but if I open the Fly.io, this is the only change that I bring. In the process, this is what I added, and under the env, I added the host of this URL. That's all I added, and everything looks good. Under the
Where's the Fly Daughter?
env, I added the host of this URL. In the process, this is what I added, and under the env, I added the host of this URL. That's all I added, and everything looks good. And I can see that okay, my app is running in here. Let's just close this, and let's see. Everything is looking good so far. I also added the proxy URL, so it should not have a problem with the proxy, but this proxy is probably different, and this is coming from the Fly.io. I can probably make a video in the future how you can fix this, but not sure why it is happening. Anyways, now how do you manage your app? This is what you need to do. One is this Shopify app.taml, which is a production app that you have. You can create another version and connect it to another app. That is what I normally do. In my development, I have a separate app. In production, I have a separate app. When everything is looking good in development, I merge my changes. I do another deploy using Shopify app deploy reset flag, and then I select my production app, and then it is going to go on production. For development, I don't have any app yet, but I'm going to create one now. So here is what I can do: Shopify app deploy reset. This is what you need to run, or npm run reset. But on the demo, I'm going to come here, and you can create a new app in here or an existing one. I'm going to go with a new one, and this is going to be /dev. Okay, this one is more than 30 characters, so let's go with the production d or a div. Oh, still more than that, so I will go with easy recommendation div, something like this. So I know that this is the easy product div, so easy product recommendation. It is going to create another configuration file for you. Remember, when it creates this toml file, you will also check that it does not have most of the meta objects definitions. That is something that you have to note. Now it is going to say, okay, do you have extensions in here? Do you want to release those? Yes, let's release this extension. On the checkout, I need those extensions as well. If I open these two, like this is my production one, and this is the development, you can see the development one is clean and it does not have a lot of setting. Application URL, let's put that on example, that's okay. But in here, this is what you need to do. You should come and copy the scopes. Where is the scope? This is the scope that I need to copy, and you have to put that in your app as well. Okay, I think it did copy some of the scopes, but the only thing that it does not have is the meta objects in here. I have to copy this. Let's go to the development, and you paste it here. That's all you need to do, and you save the changes, and you will run the Shopify app deploy again. Again, you can call the reset, but I'm not going to reset. If you reset, it's going to reset these changes. I'm going to deploy these changes. When I deploy the changes, this is what you should see. Release a new version for the easy product div. It says, okay, a new configuration was added, meta objects. Do you want to deploy that? Yes, I'm going to deploy that. Once you do this, it is going to deploy these changes in my development app, and every time I open this app, I can just select a development installer and it will install that, and it should work as expected. Let's do that. I'm going to commit this app config updated for dev. Let's just push these changes, and when I run my app, I'll just say npm run dev reset, and in here it will ask me for my partner account. Next up, which app I want to use. I will use this easy production like dev This is development, and that's it. Which store you want to test this? Let's go with like me for, and when I update it for dev,
Okay.
let's just push these
Let
changes,
me.
and when I run my app, I'll just say npm then dev reset, and in here it will ask me for my partner account. Next up, which app I want to use. I will use this easy production like dev. This is development, and that's it. Which store you want to test this? Let's go with the app feature space, and it should work as expected. Let's see what it updated. Like it added. Okay, this is the changes that I have done. Okay, it will ask me for the password. This is the storefront password, and I think this should be automatic, but I don't know why this is recently asking. This is something that in the past few months they have added. Previously, Shopify CLI did not have this option to ask for the password. But let's see how it goes. Sometimes when you run this for the first time, it might fail when deploying the extension, but for the second time when you run this, it should work as expected. You can see it is creating the configuration, and it might take for a while for the first time because we haven't done this. This is a new app. All right, everything looks good. If the previews are also generating properly, yeah, I can open this. It opens successfully, and this is my new app. Now this is the app that I work on development on another store. You can see everything is clean, nothing was added here, but I have another app which is in production. After I bring my changes, everything looks cool. This is what I need to do for Shopify, for deploying to production. Shopify app, deploy, reset. Oops, I missed the app. When everything is looking good, you will again select your partner. This time you will connect your existing app, and then you will push this to production. When you push it to production, everything goes live and you're happy. I'm not going to do that. We didn't bring any changes, but that is how you need to do this. That's it. I hope this video has been informative. Thank you for watching, and I will.
We will create a new app where we will make all the changes. The new app will be just a duplicative version of the old app that we have already published. And once we have once we are satisfied with the feature that we have made in the new app, we just deploy again all the changes to the production app, and it will make all the changes live. Get it?
App submission, and there are some of the things you have to know when you submit your app, and we'll go through
Oh, three options. Which one?
some of the things that you might find difficult to understand, and I will explain this. I have a few production apps, that's why I can give you some best advice. I have seen some people submit their first app and it might take 3 to 4 weeks to review, and I have seen people who submitted like a few hours ago, and in like 12 to 24 hours the app is approved. It is because of the quality of the app, and the reviewer mostly check how complex the app is and how easy and smooth it is for them to review. If you have a few apps, you get the experience of how to deploy, how to like go through each of the configuration and put everything together. But if it is your first time, you might miss some of the things, but it's a good experience and you should go through this. Once you come to your app, and this is my production app, it is still on draft, and this is where you will manage your submission. Just click on this manage submission, and here it is going to give you all the basic details. I already added this icon for this in the previous video. These are like preliminary steps. For the first time, you have to add your emergency contact details. These are like phone number or email address that you have to add for your partner account, which it just takes you to the setting, and then you update that. This is the demo partner, that's why I don't have this, but for a production partner, I always set this. The primary language for this, it always goes in English because most people knows English, so you will select that. Really easy. Request access to customer data. Sometimes you want to access like customer email address, customer let's say ID, or any other like phone number. You have to make sure that your app is not using, okay, my app won't use customer data, or you will send a request. The reason sometimes you need the customer, you have to make sure that your app is not using, okay, my app won't use customer data, or you will send a request. The reason
Just customer that like I will be taking the address. Like, I need it, but my app will read it. So do I take the protected customer data or not? That's the question. Uh, Action requires excluding the name address. Excluding name address. Hmm. Uh, we'll ask load level one.
reason sometimes you need the customer details is you will do an analytics or some other type of like request. That's why you need that. Since Shopify want to protect this customer data, it is not by default available. You have to send a request. For the last app, I did send a request. It took like 24 hours for them to approve. It takes like more than that, depending on which type of data that you are requesting. They also ask for a reason. Make sure you provide a good reason that they will approve it. You cannot say I just like need this information to find out their like further details or send them email or I need their address to send something. You cannot do that. You can only use that for like analytics data, something like that. This is very important. For the automatic checklist, these are the things that that will automatically be checked after like 30 days. You don't have to worry about this one. For this one, you can see it is partially done. It's because you did not add any further details. Here I will select my email address. In here you will add all your app details. This is important. You can change this always. Shopify will not review this again if you change this. But remember, you cannot put an app name that already exists. You have to go through the guideline and check all of this. Also, the app should be generic. You cannot say, okay, Shopify, you cannot use the word Shopify. You cannot use the word like very generic things. That's why the app name is very important. Also for SEO purposes, you can change this anytime. But if this is the first time you're submitting your app, make sure you put a nice name for it so it is easy for people to remember and easy to find when they search for something. In the app, you can use some keywords. So if it is a discount app, or for us, it is product recommendation, I can say easy and then easy product recommendation, something like that. Let's say EPR and then I say product recommendation. This app is like, this is acceptable because it is below the 30 character, and this is how you can find that. If you just put easy product recommendation, Shopify might reject that because that is very generic and everyone might say that easy recommendation. But EPR, this is unique, easy product recommendation, and that is how it will show in here. That's how you will name it. You can add an app icon, make sure it has the proper size. We have an app icon which included, but this one is displaying in the store, so you have to make sure that you are uploading a proper icon in here. Shopify will give you this link also. If you open the link, it will give you a list of things you have to check for the requirement. It is very important that you go through this. There is a lot of details, especially when it comes to feature image. For example, a lot of people, this is the image is not work on the feature image. Okay, this is to feature image. For example, a lot of people might not work on the feature image. Okay, this is features. This is the feature that you will add. This is the images that you will add. These are the feature image, and Shopify will give you a template that you can download. I just downloaded this template. If you open this, it has like a frame that you can open in Photoshop or any other app. I normally use this app called Photopea, which is online. You can use this like a similar Photoshop for free, but you can use that for free. Again, let's go to App Store configuration, add them, add a proper alt. These are good for SEO purposes that you add them. Make sure you add more than 3. Okay, 3 is minimum, but make sure you add 6 so it displays all the features of your app. Also, please read the guideline because Shopify tell you what you need to add. You have to add a screenshot of the app, how it looks in mobile or desktop. These are the important things that you have to remember. If you don't do that for the first time, then Shopify will definitely reject that and then tell you, hey, please fix these issues. Again, it will come back to your experience as you do that. For the support, you will add the details. Recently, Shopify added, okay, these are the pricing, which is important. One is the pricing that you have locally. One is the pricing that you will add in the Shopify in here. Let me just save the changes before I do anything. I didn't add anything, but yeah, let's save the changes. You will add some public plan, some private plan. Private plan, I think this is a new thing that Shopify added, and you can use this private plan for specific clients. For example, you have some clients, you want to use this as like discounted price for them. You can do that. You can create a private plan for them, and then they can use it as a discounted price. It doesn't have to display in your dashboard, but these are the private plan that's available. Public is the one that is available directly in the app listing. So if I go to the App Store, for example, if I go to apps.shopify, let's search for our app. It's called PowerX. Does not come here. This is PowerX. We have 25 reviews. Okay, that's great. These are the 4 like pricing options which is available. If you have more than that, you can list them in your own store. Shopify will allow you to put a link where user can click on that, and it will take them to more pricing in here. Like just more pricing will be on your website, and then you can list more pricing option if you do have. But if you don't have, like 4 plan is enough in most of the apps, and that's where you can add them. There is something called managed billing. If you have not heard of this, Shopify will also do a managed billing that give you a link. You can put the link instead of your pricing page. User can select that. That's also an option. I don't have a video for that, but I might create a video. But that is it comes with some pros and cons. Managed billing is like a billing page that you cannot design yourself. Like the design is coming from Shopify, everything is managed by Shopify. Still, the API is coming from Shopify, but you have full control on the pricing page in your Shopify store. I mean the Shopify app that you have here under the pricing. Okay, I might get the error in here because I just stopped this from working, and also the app might not work if you have not selected your billing plan yet. Okay, cool. Let's go back. What else do we need? Tracking information. For starting, this is optional, but over time it is good that you add your Google Analytics information in here so you can track data about like how the customer is finding your app and where they are coming from. Contact information, this is important. These are the things that the merchant will reach out to you if you have any question. Email address, put it in here. Next step is the testing information. This is important. Provide a username in here. Shopify will ask you to have a username if you have a store. I normally create a random email address for them so they can access my development store and start testing. That's a good thing. You will put a username in here, a password, and also account like description how they can access the app. That's how you do. A screencast. This is also new, not new like in the past 2 years they have added, but for the first app that I submitted, they didn't have a screencast feature. The good thing is that you can link a video for the reviewer to review the app. Let's say a video is like 3 minutes, they watch the video and they can easily understand this. Instead of going through the documentation, reading through all the feature, just make a video. It is very easy for the reviewer to check that and then approve your app. That is the shortest thing that you have to do. Instruction example, this is where you provide how users are going to test this. If I record the video, I don't add the instruction. I add some basic things. Okay, this is my development store, this is my details, this is how you can test that. But if I want to like talk about the features, I don't do that in here. I normally like explain that in the video because that is easy. And it is also easy for the reviewer to watch the video instead of going through the documentation. That is all you need to do. Once everything is filled up for your store, next step is submitting your app. Now, that is unfortunately a lot of people will stay in this step for a long time. It is not easy, okay? Designing feature image, filling the description, make sure everything is looking good will take a lot of time. I feel like this is 50% of the work. And if you pass this step, that's it, okay? A lot of people will not pass this step because they think, oh, I have built the app, now I have to do all of this work. Yeah, that's part of the process. Once you add this, everything else is ready and then you can just submit it. That's all you need to know about Shopify app review. Again, this is only 5% of the process at the end that is remaining, but it feels like it is 50%. If you complete this, that's done, and then you can go to the next step. I hope this video series has been informative. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next videos. I am going to create more videos, so you can just stay on the channel and then share some of the tips that I have about marketing your app and how you can get more clients in the future. But for now, this is all you need to know about building a basic app with AI. In the age of AI, the best person that you can reach out to is yourself and ask AI how you can improve. You cannot always rely on the videos, so the videos might come late, but you do not wait for that time, and you just start creating your app. You just start doing your.
Finally, deployment is done. I get it. Like complete everything right now because uh, years of the limit. I'll finish the next one.